job. Can we do that?
Now let's vibe. Set your shine. Take your time. I'll provide for you, for you. Going like this for me. You like it hot the way that I was brought up. 12th round, clutching the final quarter.
So much music. Who are you listening to?
Now let's vibe. Set your shine. Take your time. I'll provide for you, for you, for you. Going like this for me, for me.
Who are you listening to?
You like it hotter the way that I was brought up. 12th round, clutching the final quarter.
Who are you listening to?
Now let's vibe.
Citizens in those neighborhoods have been working with the framework plan to be what the citizens want it to be. So my role here in our October meeting, the body suggested that we present a copy of the framework plan to our new mayor so that he can have it from us. And we know that planning engineer has a copy. But North Birmingham, like so many other neighborhoods, has been forgotten over the years. And so now the citizens are saying it's the right time for us. And many people don't know. North Birmingham was one of the starting places for the city of Birmingham before the great 1920 annexation of all of the other areas that you talk about, the East Lakes, the Woodlawn, the Pratt City, and the Ensign. So before the great 1920s annexation, there was North Birmingham. And what the citizens of North Birmingham are saying, Mayor, that we like your support. And this framework plan that we already have a framework committee. We meet every third Monday night, 5:30 at the North Birmingham Library as we work our way through the plan to come up with stakeholders that's a part of the plan, which is basically everybody in the city. And we've talked with housing, has been working with us, community development has been working with us, and I know that they'll have probably a new director there. But we ask that you will allow, and that's one of the reasons we're here, for Mr. Randall, the planning engineer, be allowed to continue to meet with us and his staff on the third Monday night of each month so that we can continue the progress that we have made in North Birmingham, which has been historical when you look at what this council did for us on May 31st by allowing us to, first of all, have the opportunity. We did the final vote. They did the final vote on the framework plan. Working with the zoning department, we rezoned 863 properties to allow us to come in with new housing, green industries, because we understand that when we sit here and listen to that, and that then allows the city of Birmingham, the mayor and the council, to do their wish list of moving Birmingham forward. So on behalf of the 6 neighborhoods that make up the North Birmingham community, Mr. Mayor, I want to present you our framework plan and to ask that we be allowed to continue to work with Mr. Randall and his staff in planning engineering, as well as the housing authority, because they have been done a yeoman job in educating us on what it takes to rehab those 6 neighborhoods. Thank you.
I listened very attentively, and I'm trying my best to make sure that I don't come across with the mama bear approach to anything. But you said that the area has been neglected for quite some time, right? Okay, so with that being said, I believe that the mayor's going to give you what you need, but just understand if it's been neglected for some years, you know, we have to give folks space to be able to do what they do, and I won't necessarily say what I really want to say because you had connection with the previous mayor, and I think that just give folks a chance. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But I will say this: we are desiring to meet with the delegation. I know that there's been some talk about changes to the Mayor and Council Act. Have you been privy to any of that? Okay, and so I would personally, being that I chair governmental affairs, as one of the things that I'm going to be talking about in our Friday meeting is meeting with the Jefferson County delegation, because we need you all's help. I know that sometimes that, not yourself, but I know sometimes that, you know, as lawmakers, we have a tendency to believe that one is greater than the other, when it's not that. It's just one functions differently than the other. And I think it would behoove all of us to work together. I have never seen Birmingham so beaten down by its own delegation than I did over a year ago. It was very hurtful. And I'm hoping that we'll have you on our team, along with the delegation itself, so that when Birmingham wants to do, I'm talking about minimum wage, Mayor Council Act, any of that, that all of us can work together. But we can't work together if we don't at least talk together. Spring Lake, they changed the time from 7 o'clock to 6:30.
I really can't hold a second.
And right over
I think it's
I'm really saying the same thing some of the councilmen have been saying, you know what I mean? But I'm articulating them just a little bit different. Just a little bit different. How long do we just come to the party when we can't get a party? And then we come to the park, we get a little chicken, a little fish. Matter of fact, next time Doug don't have a fish fry, ask me if he got some hot sauce, because he got some hot sauce, bro. Because I like the hot sauce on my fish and chicken. You know what I mean? I'm just being real, y'all. You know why I got to be real, y'all? Because I was born real. And I ain't finna change, and ain't nobody finna buy from said. I'm gonna keep it real. The young people say keep it 100. Another thing, if I don't treat you right, I ain't gonna treat you right. Yeah, if I ain't sharing, I ain't caring. Oh, bro, I'm doing the campaign on with. Campaign on with. All the good times and showing up everywhere, that's over with. I know you might not be able to do 99, but if you can do 2 a month, y'all. Now we sit up here in the office 3 minutes ago about leading field for 30 minutes. Why we argue about leading field, y'all? We ain't argue about downtown, did we? No, it will pass, that don't pass, that don't pass. But we argue about leading field, I wonder why. Somebody know why we had to argue about leading field. Matter of fact, 2 people sit up there and said nothing about no leading field. So didn't. Now we're gonna stop, y'all. Discernment is the key in these last days, y'all. I'm in Matthew 16, verse 3. He said you can discern the water, but you cannot discern the signs of the time, y'all. Wake up! I got a sign out there. I think it said, wake up, watch out, be well. Warning! We better wake up, y'all. Better wake up. Now I'm in Matthew 26, verse 40 now. I love y'all and all that kind of stuff. I don't work for no pastor. I work for somebody higher than that. And then I work for the people. You know what I mean? We got a Christmas tree over there tonight. Cost about $7,000, $8,000. That ain't the real gift, y'all. The gift is them homeless people laying on the ground. And we go over there and put a Christmas tree over there cost $7,000, $8,000. Talking some Merry Christmas. And we know that ain't the gift. Y'all remember the gift was laying in the corner, wrapped in swaddling clothing? It wasn't that Frank did a Murphy in the gold. It was that baby. It was the baby, y'all. That was the real gift, y'all. We got to care about each other better than what we're doing, y'all. Yeah, we're just here again. We got a new mayor on board today, and we recall him when he was campaigning, talking about doing the 99 neighborhoods. And so my topic today, y'all, is enough of partying. We want to be a part. We don't want no more partying. We want to be a part of what's going on in the city of Birmingham. Our people have been lacking. Our people have been in the back. It's enough of wishing, and it's time, y'all, to get up and go fishing. We just need to be a part, y'all. We don't need no more chicken and fish and parties and come to the get-togethers, y'all. We need healthcare providers. We need local grocery stores. We need gymnastics and stuff for our kids. We need more libraries. We need Legion Field to be redid like they were talking about in there earlier, y'all. Because we're watching and we're praying 4 years from now, 3 years from now, we're gonna see where do we go from here, y'all. You know what I mean? And so we don't want no more lies, y'all, because the citizens are the real people that's involved in this government work, because if it weren't for them, you wouldn't have a job. You know what I mean? And so let's get them involved, the poor. You remember now Christ, as me being a preacher, he said, what you do to the least of them? You've done, I'm in Matthew chapter 25. What you do unto the least of them, you done unto me. When, Lord? I was hungry and you wouldn't feed me. I was thirsty, you wouldn't give me nothing to drink. I was in prison and you wouldn't visit me. Verse 40 said, when you did unto the least of them, you done unto me. Don't forget the least. Matter of fact, we got a heart of homeless people right across the street from this building, where all these millions of dollars being transferred, and all them homeless people over there sleeping on the ground. We got to get better, y'all. We got to stop talking the talk and start walking the walk.
Make her come work, do her job, and sit in her seat. They said the teacher said she just always be fidgeting, moving around.
So my little knees, I can't take all that sit down and that long.
Service like atmosphere. Throughout the city, public-private partnerships make a reality.
Well, okay. The budget, we asked for. So it's 5 months overdue. We got a new council and a new mayor now in office. Do you expect that to pass before the end of the year?
Should have passed in June. The budget should have passed in June. Politics got in the middle of making sure our employees got their cost of living increases, making sure our employees got their increases. They should have had their raises now. They have supported their increases. I mean, it's just unfortunate that we have delayed this for a whole year. New mayor, this focus is on 18-19 fiscal year, not the 17-18 fiscal budget. That should have passed 5 months. It's unfortunate we're in the festival right now, and it's due to the, I guess, familiar politics in the city of Birmingham. We should have passed that budget along.
A long ways to go. What she did was wrong. And I say it for discrimination, we should fight it in any vote that is raised this snake head. And that was a snake that happened. Chaos need to be told that you're wrong. You may have been raised in a plantation in Camden, Alabama, but we ain't on a plantation here in Jefferson County. We got to stand for certain things in our county. And I want to express
no problem. I was like, the name sounds familiar.
Been fighting all that time. And we sit there and program. We don't know the things.
I'm trying to get the info.
I don't want second best. I want the best. And we shouldn't stay.
This is what I do.
What I said today is when good people stand up and not say anything. Same thing happened in 1963 with Dr. Martin Luther King, when he said that racism and injustice was wrong and unjust and unjustifiable. Understand, my last name happens to be King, and I follow in that same mold as Dr. King. Now, he's my inspiration, and I think that much has changed, but sometimes things remain the same. Politics in the state of Alabama is still there, and it sits in a cesspool where the court system just is racist in the Supreme Court, the appellate court, and the courts of appeal. No African Americans are there. And then it's this illicit governor that comes up out of Camden, Alabama, Wilcox County, and tells us, say, hey, you black man, you don't deserve this job that happens to be reserved for a white man. And she does it, and our council says nothing. We're gonna stand there and stand up because ain't nobody gonna take us back no more. Thank you.